to start discussion on a new module of general studies today, and this module is very important in the scheme of exam. That is, we are all set to start the discussion on environment, ecology, environmental issues, okay, sustainable development. So this is an important module in the overall scheme of general studies, and you need to have this awareness that every year somewhere around 18 to 20 questions they are asking in prelims. Okay, 18 to 20 questions in prelims you may expect, directly, indirectly related with environment, ecology, wildlife conservation, natural resources, okay, sustainable development. And why is this so? This is because I hope you all are aware with the fact that UPSC is conducting common prelims for civil service exam as well as Indian Forest Service exam. Since the same prelims is the criteria for choosing the candidate to write two different main exam, this is the reason why in the recent past we have seen number of questions from environment and ecology in prelims going high. Okay, so this is right, this is something which you need to understand, that you should go fully prepared in environment, ecology, wildlife conservation, state of forest in India and world, natural resources, biomes, sustainable development as a theme, concept, challenges, concern, and you may expect 1/5 of the questions in the prelims directly or indirectly related with this module. Now, one thing you should have awareness that this module has overlapping with other modules of GS as well. For example, environment has definite overlapping with geography. So what you study in world geography, what you may have studied in Indian geography, again with slightly different perspective, you may have to study in environment as well. Even some overlapping in science and technology, even some overlapping, right? Even some overlapping with economics as well. Okay, so what I'm just trying to say, it's very difficult to map the questions of prelim with module, because some of the questions which are from environment may be considered by others as question from geography. If the question is based on let us say national park, or if it is based on water pollution, if it is based on land degradation, okay, so definitely they will say that it's not a purely environmental question, but it's a question from the this geography. So we don't have to get into that kind of categorization and classification. I just want you all to have this awareness that this module is very important from prelims point of view, and the obvious reason is common prelims. Okay, so 18 to 20 questions. There are years when they have asked more than 20 questions as well. 18 to 20 question, number one. Okay, number two, this module is important not only from prelims point of view, but even from the main exam point of view. 3 to 4 questions either to be answered in 150 words, and some maybe you may have to answer in 250 words. Okay, you can expect from environment in paper 3 mostly, but sometime even in paper 1, right? Sometime even in paper 1. So, but primarily in paper 3 of general studies main exam, you may expect 3 to 4 questions related with environment. Okay, and again there will be some overlapping there also with economics and with geography. And many years in the essay paper, one topic you will find they will ask if you have interest to write essay, if you choose that topic which is from environment ecology. So even in the essay paper, your understanding of environment will help you as far as preparing the content for one topic which is based on environment. And when you go for personality test or interview, so 25-30 minute conversation which you are going to have with the board, at least 5-7 minutes they will try to see that how much sensitive the future civil service, civil service aspirant, the future civil servant is, so they will talk with you on some or other environmental issues. So this is very, very important, right? This is very, very important. Yes, video, right? Video is, reaching properly. Pradeep, Roshan. So very important module. Environment, very important module. And this is a dynamic module, okay? And you should have conceptual clarity, complete conceptual clarity. And you need to keep yourself updated and informed about current and contemporary development. When you have conceptual clarity, when you have grasp over the module, when you are keeping yourself updated and informed about current and contemporary development, then only you will be able to handle the questions which they are asking in the exam. So my suggestion is attend all classes, then you should read one NCERT book, then you should read even the chapter on environment in economic survey, you should read a chapter on environment in India Yearbook, and you must read the executive summary of the annual report of Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change, Government of India. So you can download the annual report, and from that annual report, ignore the factual things, but policy initiative, any program launched, what is the current state of natural resources, and all such things which are there. Maybe you can refer to the annual report of Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Climate Change, okay, Forest, Environment and Climate Change. So that is the suggestion. So one chapter which is in economic survey related with sustainable development, that you should read, okay. Then you should read one chapter on environment in India Yearbook, Government of India publication, okay. Then NCERT, 4-5 chapters are there in 12th class NCERT book, that you may read, okay. Then you should attend all classes. This is very important. And while you are attending classes, make notes, okay. And then you must read the printed study material which we have provided to you, which has reached to most of you. You must read the printed study material, and then of course some reinforcement for our main point of view you can do from your Kurukshetra, okay, and some other magazine, Down to Earth and like that. But I would not like to burden you too much, okay. So main focus should be attending classes, making notes while attending classes, making committed effort on ground to develop conceptual clarity on the issues, and keeping yourself updated and informed. Okay, so very, very important module, environment in the overall scheme. Okay, in the overall scheme. So let's start the discussion on environment, ecology. Okay, and I will be talking about what are the environmental challenges which the humanity is facing, and what the world is doing to mitigate the ill impact, and what India is doing, okay. And I will be talking about all important environmental challenges which we are facing, whether it is global warming, climate change, biodiversity depletion, okay, loss of biodiversity, or whether it is ozone depletion, or whether it is the unsustainable rate at which we have started consuming the resources, or and various types of pollution which we are causing. Okay, so all such issues we will be talking within this. So let's start the discussion on this very important module, environment. And one more thing, some of the questions definitely they will ask in the prelims, which will test you, right? How much conceptual clarity you have in the subject, how much grasp over the subject you have, and how much you have kept yourself updated and informed about the subject. Okay, so let me just, first thing, what you need to understand, that when we say use this word environment, you need to understand what exactly is the meaning of environment, how is it different from ecology, ecosystem. Okay, so some very basic difference you need to understand. You need to understand what exactly is the meaning of this word environment. Okay, so let us for a while, right, let us for a while assume that there is an organism. Okay, there is an organism. Okay, and this organism is being surrounded by many things. Okay, this is being surrounded by many things. Okay, so too many things are surrounding this organism, and right, and this organism is continuously and consistently throughout its life, right, throughout its life is reacting, interacting with the surrounding. And this interaction which the organism is doing throughout its life with everything which surrounds the organism is collectively known as environment. Okay, so very at base level, at fundamental level, okay, at base level, okay, at base level, at fundamental level, what you need to know, that there are many things which surrounds the organism. Okay, and organism throughout its life is interacting continuously, it's interacting consistently, it's interacting. Okay, so this interaction which is happening between organism and everything which surrounds the organism throughout the life collectively is known as environment. Okay, so this is what you need to understand, commonsensical meaning, right? Everything which surrounds an organism, which surrounds an organism, and throughout its lifetime, with which it interacts, right, collectively is known as environment. Collectively is known as environment. Okay, so everything which is surrounding an organism, and organism continuously, consistently throughout its life is interacting with the surrounding, and not only it is interacting, but it's being impacted by the surrounding, and this interaction or the impact which is generated by the surrounding over organism, that is what collectively is known as environment. That is what is collectively known as environment. I hope all of you are getting the video properly. Okay, Rohan, yeah, Ben Johnson is saying yes, it's properly. Others, please give me the clearance. Right? Others, please give me the clearance. Okay. So this is what you need to know, right? This is what you need to know. So in commonsensical term, if I have to give a very, very simple definition of environment, I will say everything that surrounds or affects organism, that surrounds or if affects organism. Okay, so Meenakshi is saying video is fine, Sweetie is saying perfect, Pragati is saying nice. Okay, so now I am flooded. Yes, so all of you know, Namrata is saying yes, Ridhima is saying yes, Vaisya is saying yes, Vishnu is saying reaching properly. Okay, so coming back, everything that surrounds and affects, right, organism during its lifetime, is collectively known as, this word collectively is very important, collectively known as environment. Collectively known as environment. Have you understood this? Right? Have you understood this? So only thing at base level, very simple, many things are surrounding an organism. Everything which surrounds an organism, is generating some or other effect on organism, and organism is continuously, consistently interacting with the surrounding throughout its life, and this interaction collectively, this effect which is generated with the surrounding is collectively known as environment, right? Is collectively known as environment. Okay, so if I have to give a technical definition based on this for environment, I would say that environment is the sum total, right? Environment is the sum total of living, non-living components, because everything which surrounds, right, living, non-living, non-living components, living, non-living components, influences and events, surrounding an organism, surrounding an organism. This can be a complete definition. So environment is the sum total of living and non-living components, influences and events which are surrounding an organism. So you will find that there is organism in the center, many living and non-living components are surrounding the organism, and these living and non-living components are influencing the organism, and organism is interacting with these both living as well as non-living component, and because of the interaction it generates event. It is the contributory factor for events and influences. So every event, every influence which is the end result of interaction of organism with living and non-living components which are surrounding the organism falls within the ambit of definition of environment. All of you, right? Have you understood? Okay, so some of you are asking questions, sir, are you not well? Sir, are you ill? Okay. No, I would not say that I am ill, but I am not that well. Okay, so I hope you all are aware with the fact that I was having COVID-19, and then I recovered completely, but thereafter I had to undergo one heart procedure. There was some complication, cardiac complication, so because of that I had to undergo some heart procedure. Okay, that is radio frequency ablation was done, but now I am perfectly all right, and within a week or so I will be back to the institute to take classes, face-to-face classes as well. But right now I am taking these classes from my native place. Okay, so environment is the sum total of living and non-living component, influences, events which are surrounding on organism. Okay, this is what you need to understand is the basic meaning of environment. And one thing which I would just like you to explain, that if you understand what exactly is environment, so you need to understand that environment is not a static component, but it's a dynamic concept. Okay, it's a dynamic concept. Okay, it's not a static. Okay, so different types of interaction is taking place, very different nature, impact such interactions are generating. At times intense interaction is happening, at times no interaction is happening with the surrounding. So this is the reason why environment as a whole is a dynamic concept, and you will find that the interaction which the organism is doing with its surrounding change with time and circumstances. So environment as a concept is highly dynamic. It cannot be static. Okay, it change with change in time and circumstances, and you need to understand this, that the dynamism which is there in environment as a concept is emerging from this very fact that collective interaction which organism is doing with the surrounding falls within the ambit of environment. Since the surrounding changes, not only surrounding changes, but influences, events, effects, and the nature of interaction changes with change in time and circumstances. So environment, as a concept is highly dynamic. It's not a static concept, right? It's not a static concept. And further, you will be able to appreciate this concept that it's a static concept only when you will understand that environment, once you have understood environment, if we see the components of environment, this can be broadly divided into two groups: abiotic component and second is biotic component. Okay, biotic component. Okay, so abiotic components and biotic components. So I told you everything which is surrounding an organism, and the organism is interacting with the surrounding continuously, consistently, from birth till death, right? The organism is, interacting with the surrounding. Okay, and different influences, different events, different kind of interaction. Okay, and collectively these constitute environment. So within environment, the components which can be there broadly can be classified into two groups: abiotic components and biotic component. Now within abiotic component what will fall, and within biotic component what will fall? So biotic component very easily, green plants. Okay, green plants, or all plants, you can say plant, man, animal. Okay, then parasites, decomposer, all that. Okay, man, animal, plant, right? Broadly this is what constitutes the biotic component. You have, right, you have liberty to further split, like green plant, non-green plant, decomposers, parasites, symbionts, then animals, then man, and so on and so forth. You can further stretch the string. Okay, so that is what will fall within the biotic component of environment. When it comes to abiotic component, okay, so abiotic component of environment includes energy. Okay, abiotic component includes temperature and heat flow. Abiotic component includes, right, soil. Okay, abiotic component includes, right, gravity, water, soil, gravity. Okay, so heat, temperature, radiation, right, soil, air, water. Okay, all these will fall within the abiotic component, right? Abiotic component. Okay, so if we see, I told you, living and non-living component. Okay, or biotic or non-biotic component. So the sum total of living and non-living components, influences and events surrounding an organism falls within the ambit of the concept of environment, right? Falls within the concept of environment. And what I am interested in telling you, right? What I am just interested in telling you that if you try to see, if you are able to understand that this Bharat Bhushan, please inform. What should I inform? Please tell me. Okay, please concentrate on this. No, what information you want? I don't know. Means you are asking about some information. Okay, so what I was saying, that if we see the biotic component and the abiotic component, okay, then the very nature of abiotic component, so there will be changes in abiotic component also. Temperature is highly dynamic. Okay, flow of energy is highly dynamic. Okay, similarly you will find intensity of gravity, okay, changes. So availability of water, okay, soil. So both biotic and abiotic components are dynamic, and this is why environment as a concept, right, environment as a concept is, right, environment as a concept is well within, right, well within the dynamic concept, right? It's very well within the dynamic concept. Okay, so what I'm just interested in telling you, Jayashree Sahi, okay, is right. Jayashree Sahi is asking a question, right? Is asking a question about virus. Okay, so she is asking the question whether virus, right? Whether the virus is abiotic or biotic. Okay, so when it comes to virus, they are alive only when they are in a host, right? Okay. Okay. So I hope means very basic, right? Very basic things, right? Very basic thing. You must have, right? You must have studied that virus are not living things. Virus are complicated assembly of molecules and including particularly protein and lipids. Okay, but they on their own cannot do anything until and unless they get a host in the form of living cell. Okay, living cell. So virus are not living thing. Okay, virus are not living thing. So this is the reason why, right? This is the reason why what we may say, right? What we may say that it is better if we, if it is better if we keep, the virus within, means this characteristic feature, right? This characteristic feature is something which you should understand, and I would not place it within biotic, right? Biotic component. Okay, so I would say that virus is abiotic. If at all we have to finally, make a comment, right? Viruses is abiotic because it's on its own is not a living thing. That is right. That is something which should be known. Okay, coming back, right? Coming back. So if you see that all the components which are there within the concept of environment broadly can be classified into abiotic and biotic component. Now once you have this understanding, it will be very easy for you to understand environment. Sometimes we use this word ecology. Ecology. Okay, so ecology originally has originated from two words: oikos, okay, and logos. So logos mean study, and oikos means home, house, or place to live. Okay, so actually ecology is a branch of science in which we are studying, right? In which we are studying home of nature, right? So this is right. This is something which you should understand, right? This is something which you should understand, that ecology is to be seen as a branch of science, and this branch of science basically focus on a study of nature, home, right, of nature. Okay, so what we can say, right? What we can say, that ecology is a branch of science in which we study about nature. Okay, and if we want to be precise, right, if we want to be precise, then we can say that ecology is a distinct branch of science, and in ecology we are basically studying the relationship of living organism with their environment, and other species and surrounding, right? We are studying, so ecology, distinct branch of science. It's a branch of science, and in this branch of science, right, we study relationship of living organisms with each other and their environment. With each other and their environment. Okay, and their environment. Is this clear? So, a branch of science. Okay, ecology. Two Greek words, oikos and logos. Logos is a study, oikos is home or place to live, or in simple term, house. So literal meaning is what? A study of home, right? A study of, nature, which is the home, okay, for all living organism. Okay, so within this branch ecology, we are actually scientifically studying the relationship which is between living organism, right, and their environment. Okay, and their environment. Kaushik Soni, sir, in environment we see surrounding which interacts with organism. When virus interacts with an organism, it's alive. So we should consider virus, a biotic component. No, it's a abiotic component. Okay, because it cannot live only when it is in a host. Okay, so interaction is happening, or living organism is interacting with soil also. Living organism is interacting with temperature also. Living organism is interacting with water also. This does not mean that in non-living things with which the organism is interacting will fall within the ambit of biotic component. Okay, so this is the reason why I said, that it should be better if we place virus under the abiotic component of environment or even the ecosystem, right? Ecosystem. Okay, so that is something. Karan is saying that viruses are biotic component, source is NCERT. Means if you go by that, only when virus is within host, living cell, then it can be, right, biotic, because then it can multiply, it can replicate. Okay, but otherwise, outside the host living cell, it's abiotic. Okay, so you should not go by, you have to look into the meaning emerging out of the sentence to judge the correctness of the sentence, and that is how you should judge the correctness of the sentence. Okay, anyway, so ecology is, ecology is the branch of science. Ecology is the branch of science, and the famous scientist who coined this term for the first time is Ernst Haeckel. (1869). So this distinction to coin this feature, this word, this expression for the first time was coined by Ernst Haeckel in 1869. But authentic usage of the term started 1885 onwards, and the credit of this goes to C. Ritter. Okay, C return. So authentic uses, okay, the way it is defined, the way, authentically it was used in research work, this credit goes to C Ritter. 1885 onwards we have seen authentic use of this expression ecology, but for the first time as a word, as a concept, as an expression, it was coined by Ernst Haeckel in 1869. Okay, Ernst Haeckel in 1869. Okay, now what I am just interested in telling you, so ecology as a discipline within science is very new, and within no time this discipline has gained so much significance, relevance, importance. Many times we say that this discipline has become popular even beyond the imagination of its authors. So Ernst Haeckel in 1869 could not have even imagined that a century and a half later this would emerge and evolve as the most important discipline. Okay, so it's very important discipline. It's a very, very important discipline, and and what I would just like you to have this understanding that nobody thought that this would become, if you go to most of the universities in the world, environmental science, ecology is a very important faculty you will find, or wing you will find, or branch you will find within the university discipline, and lot of research is going on, lot of study is going on. There are large number of people who have interest, okay, and the world has realized the importance of, okay, and I hope pandemic, COVID pandemic will further make world take interest in surroundings and the kind of interaction which we are having, right? The kind of interaction which we are having. So ecology, right? Ecology is a branch. Okay, ecology is a branch, and I would just try to tell you that in commonsensical term, right? In commonsensical term, we can say that ecology is the scientific study of nature in general. Okay, so if you want a complete definition, and simple but complete, so scientific study, scientific study of nature in general, right? In general, but in particular terms, right? If you want, in a specific term, if you want the definition, it is basically the scientific study of reciprocal relationship. Reciprocal relationship reciprocal relationship between organism and surrounding. Organism and in its surrounding. Okay, so reciprocal relationship is there. I hope you understand the word reciprocal. The way organism is, will respond, that is the way surrounding will be there, and the way the surrounding is, that is the what will govern the response of organism. When we study the reciprocal relationship which is there between organism and its surrounding, that falls within the ambit of ecology, and it's very important for you to understand the difference between environment and ecology. So environment is what? Environment is sum total of living and non-living components surrounding an organism, influences and events. Okay, that is what is environment. But when we study nature, When we study this reciprocal relationship, then it is known as ecology, a branch which is of science, right? Branch which is of science. So the moment the word logy is there, immediately what should strike in your mind? A study. It relates with a study, where we are studying something. And in ecology, what we are studying, right? What we are studying? We are studying nature. Okay, but it will be a very general expression. It will be at its surface, at broad level, at macro level, we may say that it is the study of nature. But in a specific term, what we are studying? In a specific term, we are studying, and we are very scientifically studying cause and effect, mode of study we are doing for the reciprocal relationship which is between organism and the surrounding. So environment and ecology difference you have understood. Okay, so what falls within the concept of environment? Everything which surrounds organism, with which organism is interacting throughout its life, continuously it's interacting, consistently it's interacting. So everything which surrounds and the interaction collectively is known as environment. But ecology is the study of nature. Ecology is a distinct branch of science in which we scientifically study the reciprocal relationship which is between organism and its surrounding. Okay, all of you, have you understood the basic thing related to environment and ecology? Yes or no? Tell me, all of you, yes or no? Have you understood? I want the response. Then there is another term, ecosystem. Ecosystem. Please tell me. Ecosystem. Yeah, I am waiting for the response, all of you. Okay, Ankita is saying yes. Ecosystem. Now, to understand, right, to understand the concept of ecosystem, okay, to understand the concept of ecosystem, you need to understand the level of organization in ecology and level of organization of life. Okay, so two things are very, very important. Organization of life, if you see, organization, levels of organization of life, you all must have heard about cell. Okay, then cell is the smallest functional unit of life. ये तो biology में Sanjay Pandey would have told you, my friend. Okay, now cell will join together to form tissues, right? Tissues of similar nature, organ. Okay, then organs will, organ system, and then organism. Right? Organism. This is organization of life. Okay, this is organization of life. Okay, now ये देखो, organization of ecology, if you see, ठीक है, so यही organism से क्या आ जाएगा? Individual. ओके, यहाँ पे क्या है? इंडिपेंडेंट फंक्शनिंग है. ओके, एट दिस स्टेज ऑर्गेनिज्म, राइट, ऑर्गेनिज्म this has the ability to act or function independently. Okay, so individual level pe, it can be plant, it can be animal, it can be bacteria, it can be fungus, right? But this is the level where independent function can be there. Okay, so individual के बाद हो जाता है आपका population. So same individual, in a specified area at a specific time constitutes population. जैसे world population, human population. Okay, population of India. Okay, so at a specific time with a specific area, the individuals which are residing in close association constitutes the population. ठीक है, population के बाद हो जाता है आपका community. Community के बाद आ जाता है आपका ecosystem. This is where what is coming, ecosystem. Okay, and then after ecosystem, right, after ecosystem यहाँ पे बहुत सारा terms and expression, okay, will come. Okay, terms and expression will come. And इसके बाद थोड़ा सा climatic classification के concept पे based है biomes. Okay, biomes. And then is biosphere. Okay, biosphere. So this, right, this is, this is what exactly you need to know. This is known as level of organization in ecology. Levels of organization, levels of organizations in ecology. Okay, this is the level of organizations in ecology, but this is levels of organization of life, organizations of life. Okay, levels of organizations of life. Cell, tissue, organ system, organism. Okay, whereas levels of organization in ecology, individual, population, community, ecosystem, biomes and biosphere, right? Biosphere. Okay, and what I would say, right, what I would say, that if I have to write, go with the keywords at each level of organization in ecology, यहाँ पे क्या है, independent, right, independent, ability to act independently. Okay, at individual level, what you will find, it's an organism. And why we are saying that organism as an individual? Because it has now acquired the ability to function independently. When organ system join together to constitute organism, at this stage, what is achieved, what is acquired, okay, what is the breakthrough, that at this stage that will have ability to function independently. Okay, to function independently. Okay, so this is what is individual level. Population, it's about group of organism. Okay, group of same organism, group of organisms. But यहाँ पे most important is what, right? Most important is what? Same species. Population में same species, same species, same species, a specific time, and defined area. Defined area, very important, right? So 4 things: group of organisms, group of organism is population when it is a group of same species, and second important thing, a specific time, because population will change. I told you, population of India in 1950 was different than population of India in 2021. So very specific time. Okay, very specific time. And second important, defined area, world population, population of area, human being, one species, one organism. Okay, so it's an individual. If we see all human beings who are residing in India at a specific time, that will constitute the population. So population ke level pe, what is the key thing you have to remember? What is the key thing you have to remember? Group of organisms is what constitute population when that group is of same species. Okay, when that group is of same species, number 1. Number 2, defined area within which the group is, and very specific, explicit, earmarking the time. Okay, so these are the key things related with population within the concept of level of organization of ecology. When it comes to, when it comes to community, okay, so यहाँ पर क्या आता है? Population of, population of different species, population of different species. Okay, but within that, within that you will find a dominant, species. For example, we say grassland, community. Okay, so grassland community has, many things. Grassland community, it is dominated by grassland, but it will also have herbs, it will have trees, it will have animals within it. Okay, but now within that, within the concept of community, group of, population of different organism in a defined area constitutes the community. And it's very difficult to draw a linear boundary to demarcate community. So community will be small, community will be large. Okay, and यहाँ पर okay, and ये जो population of different species have some role within the community. So keyword, if you ask me, roles played by various population. So very specific is the role played by various population. Okay, various population. Now यहां तक ये देखो, इसके पहले तक community and before that, that is individual population and community level. Okay, community level. What I am just interested in telling you that interaction has started in community level. Okay, because various species have species have organism has different role to play, but ecosystem के level पे वो सराउंडिंग से इंटरेक्शन शुरू हो गया, जिसमें लिविंग एंड नॉन लिविंग कंपोनेंट भी है. ओके, so only at this stage, right? Only at this stage. So in community, interaction has started, right? But that interaction is not there, means roles are played by different community because they have different role within that setup, within that, scheme and system. But at ecosystem level, you will find that interaction has started between living and non-living component. Okay, so ecosystem को हम क्या बोलते हैं? What we call ecosystem? We say that ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of biosphere. It's structural and functional unit of biosphere, right? A structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, and यहाँ पर interaction, exchange of material between living and non-living and physical environment, everything has started at this stage, at this level, right? At this level, you will find that the interaction with surrounding has started. Have you understood? So ecosystem is the structural and the functional unit of biosphere. Okay, ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, so this is very, very important within the concept, right? This is very, very important within the concept. So level of organization, right? This level of organization, and I would like you to have this awareness from prelims point of view that the term ecosystem formerly was Tansley, a very well known plant ecologist. Tansley, he coined this term in 1935. World fame plant ecologist. Okay, world fame plant ecologist Tansley in 1935, right? 1935 coined this term ecosystem, defined this term ecosystem, proposed and propounded this expression and concept ecosystem, and he, propounded this concept ecosystem as a structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, a structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, यहाँ पे आ गया फिजिकल इन्वायरमेंट और नॉन लिविंग कंपोनेंट का एंट्री हो गया एंड इंटरेक्शन शुरू हो गया टिल कम्युनिटी लेवल, राइट? टिल कम्युनिटी लेवल you are not having a organism interaction with non-living component within the surrounding is not happening, but in ecosystem level that has started happening. So community में क्या है? Community level पे क्या है? Various species have role. Okay, so within community you will find population of species and each species has some role. Okay, but at the level of ecosystem, what's happening? The interaction has started, and what is coming into the picture? Even the non-living component surrounding the community, non-living component within the surrounding the community and the interaction which is happening, right? The interaction which is happening. So, right, so on this basis, right, on this basis, what we can say, right, what we can say that ecosystem is, right, ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, it is the structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, so we can also say in very simple term that ecosystem is functional unit of nature where living organisms interact among themselves and also with the surrounding. Okay, functional unit of nature, and within this functional unit what is happening? Living organism interact among themselves and also with physical environment or surrounding, and also with surroundings. Okay, also with surrounding. Okay, so how we can demarcate community with ecosystem. So at this level of organization of ecology, community of living being and the physical environment around the communities and the interaction which has started between the community and the physical environment falls within the ambit of ecosystem. And this is the reason why, right? This is the reason why I told you that it is the structural and the functional unit of biosphere. Structural and the functional unit of biosphere. And I hope you know about biosphere, right? I hope you know about the biosphere, where these three spheres comes in close association with each other. Okay, so let us say, right, this is lithosphere, this is atmosphere, and this is hydrosphere. So where the three comes in close association with each other, it leads to creation of a sphere in which life is possible. Okay, and that is what is known as biosphere. Okay, that is what is known as biosphere. Okay, so within the level of organization of life, right, within the level of organization of life, biosphere is at the top. Okay, within the level of organization of life, biosphere is at the top. Okay, and ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay, structural and functional unit of biosphere. And I would just like you, right, to have some basic understanding, right, about this interaction which is happening. If you see the functions of ecosystem, energy flow is there, nutrient cycling is there. Okay, and this is why, right, this is why life is there. Okay, and within this concept, right, within this concept, I would just like you to have this awareness. We will be talking in detail about this. That this is where components of ecosystem, if you see, let us for a while try to understand components of ecosystem. components of ecosystem. Okay, so as far as components of ecosystem, so this is the stage where what has happened, the physical surrounding of community is coming into picture, the interaction is coming into the picture. So this is where I will say, जो हम इन्वायरमेंट में बात कर रहे थे, इकोसिस्टम के लेवल पे ही एबायोटिक एंड बायोटिक कंपोनेंट आ जाता है. एबायोटिक एंड बायोटिक component. Abiotic and biotic components. Okay, and when it comes to abiotic components, इसमें ही now things will be more clear. Abiotic component में आपका आ जाता है physical factors, okay, then physical factor में आपका temperature, light, pressure, atmospheric pressure to be precise, pressure, humidity, that is moisture content, humidity, ये सब आ जाता है. Humidity. Okay, physical factors. Then inorganic substances. Inorganic substances भी है. इसमें आपका आ जाता है वाटर, ऑक्सीजन, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, नाइट्रोजन, and so on and so forth. These are the inorganic, substances which is within abiotic component. और कुछ लोगों का जो confusion था, organic component, organic substances भी आता है. Okay, so organic में आ जाता है आपका प्रोटीन, कार्बोहाइड्रेट, और यहीं पे लिपिड्स. सो वायरस इसी में आएगा, एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट, और अकॉर्डिंग टू मी. ओके, आप लोग में से कुछ मे बी फ्रॉम दैट बैकग्राउंड यू आर, सो दैट इज व्हाई यू आर क्लेमिंग दैट. ओके, सो कंपोनेंट ऑफ इकोसिस्टम, एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट इज देयर. एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू बायोटिक कंपोनेंट, यहां पर हम जाते हैं प्रोड्यूसर, ग्रीन प्लांट्स, प्रोड्यूसर, autotrophs, green plants, then consumer, right, consumer, and then decomposers. Okay, decomposer. So producer, plants will produce, food, and then plants are consumed by animals. Okay, so you know very well, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, but everybody will die and decompose. Okay, die, decay and decompose. So decomposers are there, microorganisms are there. So these are the biotic component within the ecosystem. Producer, consumer, food chain, food web, सब concept biotic component of ecosystem में आ जाता है. Okay, within the biotic component of ecosystem, if you see, all those things will come, trophic level, then food chain, food web. Okay, we will have discussion about that separately, but abhi to just we are trying to create, create this. And this is the reason why, ecosystem is considered a complex dynamic system, and that has to perform, certain tasks. That is energy flow through food chain is there. Okay, then nutrient cycle, because of which life is possible. All nutrient, cycle which is there, whether it is carbon cycle or whether it is oxygen cycle, whether it is water cycle, whether it is nitrogen cycle, and these are making, right, these are making the whole system. These are making the whole system of ecosystem stable if it has rich biodiversity. Okay, if it has rich biodiversity. So because once you understand this complexity, once you understand this component, that broadly two component in the ecosystem, abiotic component, because this is the stage, iske pehle, community level pe only this biotic component is there, but abiotic component is coming into picture in the level of organization of ecology at ecosystem stage, and the interaction is happening. Okay, influences are there, events are there. Okay, so what I would like you to remember, that because of this, once this component is clear, then you can understand that ecosystem is complex and dynamic system. It's complex and dynamic system. It's complex and dynamic system. Okay, why it is complex and dynamic? Because it has certain functions to perform. So what functions ecosystem has to perform? Number one is, energy flow. Energy flow. And this energy flow is through food chain. So I told you that only green plants, okay, which have chlorophyll in presence of sunlight with carbon dioxide can prepare their own food, right? And then induces the energy in the ecosystem, and plants are eaten by, primary consumer, then secondary consumer. Okay, and that is how there will be flow of energy through food chain. But what will happen? Every living biotic component will die. Their body will decay. Decomposers will help the release of nutrients back into nature. Okay, back into nature. So one of the function of, this ecosystem is energy flow through food chain. Another is nutrient cycling, because of which the life is possible on planet Earth. Had this not been there, nutrient cycling. Okay, which is popular in the name of biogeochemical cycles. Okay, so I hope you know water cycle. If you see, so whenever heating will start, then the water will turn into moisture, steam, it will rise, evaporation will start, rise, then condensation. While it is rising, temperature will decrease. Okay, then condensation, dew point, rainfall, and the fresh water is back over the surface of Earth. Similarly, if you see nitrogen cycle, I hope you know nitrogen cycle. There are, bacteria found in the root nodes of leguminous plants, which have the special ability to fix the naturally occurring nitrogen into nitrates. So this is how nitrates will be there in the soil. Then nitrates are absorbed by the roots, taken to green leaves while they are preparing food. This is how nitrogen is entering into the food chain. Okay, but when every living organism will die, their body will decay and decompose, nitrogen is released back in the air. So nitrogen cycle, same is what goes for this carbon oxygen cycle. So if you know carbon oxygen cycle, okay, then let me just tell you carbon oxygen cycle. That every living being during the process of respiration, what we will do, we will use oxygen and will release carbon dioxide, but green plants during the process of photosynthesis will use carbon dioxide and will release oxygen. Okay, this is why in environment there is a concept that forest is a carbon sink. Okay, the moment you cut a tree, at that moment itself, in huge quantity, a large amount of carbon dioxide is released, because it is holding carbon dioxide, because green tea tree prepares food, right? During photosynthesis they use carbon dioxide, so they are holding carbon dioxide large quantity at any given point of time. Okay, so carbon oxygen cycle you want. So like that sulfur cycle, like that other cycles are there. So nutrient cycling is another function of ecosystem. Okay, then is one term which you might have understood or heard, and on this they have asked a question and many students just homeostasis. Okay, so what you should remember, that ecosystem is having the ability to regulate itself. Okay, it will always have the natural tendency to acquire the state of equilibrium. Let us say in forest, right? Let us say in forest, if there is reduction in the prey base of tiger, then there will be reduction in the tiger population also. Many tigers will meet with a starvation death. That is what? That is a self-regulatory mechanism of the ecosystem. Goat ka population or deer ka population has gone down for some reason. So there is sudden decline in the prey base for tigers. Now immediately what will happen? Many tiger will die. Many of them will meet with a starvation death, and this induced. So this is what exactly is the concept of homeostasis. Have you understood homeostasis? Okay, homeostasis. Have you understood? So at the stage of ecosystem, the ecosystem has tendency to acquire the state of equilibrium. So this self-regulation, right? This self-regulation which is done is what fall within the concept of homeostasis. Okay, homeostasis. So you should remember this. Self-regulation, a very important feature is getting, right? A very important feature is getting, attached. A very important feature is getting attached at the level of ecosystem, and that is feature is self-regulation. Okay, a state of equilibrium. Ecosystem has tendency to acquire the state of equilibrium, and this self-regulation to acquire the state of equilibrium is what is known as homeostasis, right? It is what is known as homeostasis. So have you understood the function? Energy flow through food chain, right? Energy flow through food chain. We will talk about this, right? We will talk about this with greater detail. But energy flow through food chain, where autotrophs, that is green plants, then heterotrophs. Okay, heterotrophs में primary consumer, that is herbivorous, which will only eat, right? ये सब बहुत 6th-7th class का है. Herbivores, no, primary consumers because they eat only plant. Then carnivores, secondary consumer. Okay, secondary consumer. Then tertiary consumer. Okay, then quaternary consumer, carnivores. Okay, so all of them heterotrophs, right? All of them heterotrophs. So what I'm just interested in telling you that this is the function of energy flow through food chain, nutrient cycling, homeostasis, right? Homeostasis. These are some of the functions of ecosystem. These are some of the functions of ecosystem. And right, and इकोसिस्टम के लेवल पे क्या हो रहा है? इकोसिस्टम के लेवल पे बायोटिक इंटरेक्शन तो हो ही रहे हैं. ओके, सो दैट बायोटिक इंट्रैक्शन जो होता है, दैट ऑल्सो बायोटिक इंट्रैक्शन, बिकॉज फूड चेन एनर्जी फ्लो का भी कंसेप्ट आ गया, तो बायोटिक इंट्रैक्शन जो होता है विद इन द कंसेप्ट ऑफ if you see biotic interaction, so biotic interactions which are happening, right, within the concept of ecosystem broadly can be, right, classified into different categories, broadly can be classified into different categories, and we will see, right, we will see what are the type of biotic, right, what are the type of biotic interactions which are happening. Okay, so let me just tell you, right, let me just tell you these biotic interaction, these biotic interaction which is happening between organisms, which is happening between organisms, and this is fundamental. This is considered fundamental, right? This is considered fundamental for functioning and survival of यहीं से होम्योस्टेसिस, ecosystem as a whole. Okay. Is this clear? So biotic interaction जो हो रहा है, right? Biotic interaction जो हो रहा है, that is what is, you know, that is what is very very important within this concept. So ये biotic interaction is what is fundamental for survival, and this is how biotic interaction can be classified. So there are various types. There are various types of biotic interaction. Now these types are dependent on what? When the two, right? When the two are interacting, right? When the two are interacting, one may be positively impacted, the other may be positively impacted, one may be positively impacted, the other may be negatively impacted, or there will be no, you know, both will be negatively impacted. Okay, so like that, you know, like that, on that basis, the interaction can be categorized, and we have created different types, right? We have created different types. And these words are also used in English literature. So one of the type you must be knowing, mutualism. One of the type is mutualism. Mutualism. Okay, the name itself is indicative, no? The name itself is indicative. Okay, so there are two species. So let us say okay, so let us say, right, let us say in this, right, in this, let us say that there is one species X and the other species is Y, or individual, right? Let us say individual 1 and individual, or organism 1 or organism 2, you know, either way. Let us say species 1 or X right? Whatever you say, and is species